The Third Eye 2 is a confusing name for a movie. The opening scene begins with our protagonist, Alia, a young woman who is taking a shower. During this, a woman's ghost appears in the front door. Alia senses her presence and immediately goes to check, but she finds no one there. The same thing happens to her sister Abel, who is sleeping in her room. She feels the spirit's presence outside the window, but sees nobody upon turning around. It is then revealed that a mysterious ghostly spirit named Mira has been following the siblings for almost a year now. Alia is intrigued why the ghost is lurking around them and wants to help her, but her efforts haven't yielded anything. One evening, Alia goes through her spiritual book and learns about a method to communicate with Mira. Heeding to the instructions, she submerges herself underwater and relaxes her mind. Moments later, she has a vision of her sister being attacked by Mira. Alia rushes to Abel's room only to find her lying lifeless on the floor, with Mira standing beside her. Devastated, she questions Mira why she killed her, but the ghost screams and vanishes. That's how babies win arguments. Alia then hugs her sister and cries, and this is when she notices Abel holding a necklace. As she grabs it, she has a vision of a mansion. Following the incident, Alia goes to see a psychic, Windu, who tells her that what she experienced is called psychometry. It's the ability to see an object's past when in direct skin contact with it. Alia believes that the necklace and the mansion are connected to Mira and Abel's death. She researches it for months but finds nothing useful. At last, she decides to sell her house and volunteer at an orphanage so that she can unwind and calm herself down. She goes to the Putri Kirana orphanage house, which is run by a married couple, Lakshmi and Fadli. Upon reaching there, she's astonished to see that it's the same mansion she saw in her visions of Mira's necklace. Alia is greeted by Lakshmi, who provides her with a tour of the mansion. During this, they come across a girl named Nadia, who behaves strangely and always stays alone. The girl runs to another room as soon as she sees Alia, leaving her notebook behind. Alia then goes through the notebook and sees several drawings of a woman resembling Mira. Later on, Alia privately confronts Nadia about her drawings, also admitting that she can see the ghosts with her third eye like her. This makes Nadia feel somewhat better, so she reveals everything that she experiences. She says that she draws ghosts just to get them out of her head. She also reveals that sometimes she hears voices that call for help. That evening, Alia is in her room when she hears someone knocking on her door. She quickly goes out and finds Nadia listening to the walls. The latter provides Alia with another message, which says that a ghost is locked in and wants to go to its world. Alia then uses a drinking glass to listen to the wall and hears a child's voice asking for help. The two follow the sound and enter a tall gate, leading them to a huge library. They continue to follow the voice and end up near a bookshelf. Suddenly, a book drops, revealing a button on the shelf. Alia presses it and the shelf moves, revealing a locked secret room. The two enter the room, but they don't find anything amiss. As they proceed to walk away, another book falls off the shelf. Alia turns around to put it back, but she doesn't notice a creepy hand on the top of the shelf. The ghost is just trying to help them by getting rid of their Twilight novels. The next morning, Lakshmi is working in the kitchen. She stops washing the dishes to turn off the stove, but when she returns, the plates are already cleaned and arranged on the table. Shocked, she looks around only to be startled by a kid named Rhea. She scolds her regarding the dishes, but the kid denies the accusation. Following this, Alia takes Rhea to a room and instructs her to rest, as she has a fever. Sometime later, Alia goes to provide medicine to another sick student, Malika. She sees the kid's shadow inside a tent, but upon opening it, she finds no one. Perplexed, she tries to explore the place, but a creepy ghost pulls her inside the tent. Soon after, it disappears, leaving Alia in fear. Simultaneously, Rhea also experiences a horrific event. While playing with a yo-yo, someone seizes it from below. She checks under the bed, but finds it empty. Moments later, she witnesses a creepy hand under the bed, leaving her terrified. Rhea screams and covers herself with a blanket until the ghost vanishes. Outside, as Malika is playing with a camera, she accidentally takes a picture of a child standing at the library door. When she doesn't see anyone in reality, she freaks out and runs inside the mansion. Elsewhere, as Nadia is resting in her room, she hears a knock on her door. She gets up to check who it is, but you guessed it, finds nobody. When she returns to her bed, she's suddenly attacked by an evil ghost. Horrified, Nadia hides under the bed and screams for help. Just then, the bed above her levitates and is thrown against the wall. Alia and Lakshmi hear the commotion and rush to Nadia's room, only to find her crouching in a corner. Believing that she caused all this mess, Lakshmi scolds her and decides to lock her up until she fixes it. Seconds later, Alia notices Malika rushing inside Raya's room, so she follows her. There, she finds Raya and Malika shivering in fear. When asked what's the matter, Malika shows her the photo she took of the library door. The ghost is shooting the moon, visiting the library, and washing dishes. Yeah, it's a rare, dork ghost. That night, Alia helps Nadia escape her room, and the two head to a secret room in order to communicate with the ghost. Before initiating the ritual, Alia warns Nadia not to look at the mirror until they're done. The ritual soon begins, and the mirror changes its reflection to the ghost, shrouded in darkness. Upon communicating, they learn that the ghost is the spirit of a little girl, Dharma, whom they accidentally freed the night before. Dharma says that she can't go to her world because she needs to uncover the truth first. With this revelation, the ghost disappears, leaving Alia and Nadia bewildered. Back in the mansion, Fadli and Lakshmi are awakened by multiple knocks on their window, believing that it's the mischievous Raya. Lakshmi goes to put her to bed. Upon stepping out, she sees the kid standing still in the middle of the hallway. She walks closer, but to her horror, the cloth drops, revealing that nobody is wearing it. Lakshmi removes the cloth and finds a paper with the word "Auntie" written on it. This freaks her out, so she rushes back to her husband and tells him that Dharma has been freed. Before the couple can comprehend the situation, their bed levitates, throwing them off. They run towards the door, but only Lakshmi manages to get out. Fadli frantically tries to open the door, but he's suddenly thrown against the wall. As he groans in pain, Dharma emerges from a drawer and crawls towards him.
Give me your yo-yo.
At the same time, Alia and Nadia hear his screams, so they rush towards him and help Lakshmi open the door. They quickly rescue the injured Fadli, but soon after, objects inside the mansion begin to move on their own. The commotion awakens the children, and they all run through the hallway for their safety. Alia and Nadia put the kids in a safe room before going to confront the owners. Upon finding them in the library, they admit that they've been communicating with Dharma. Alia wonders why Dharma is haunting them even if they freed her. Lakshmi then reveals that Dharma is her niece from her sister, Mira, who used to stay in this mansion. One day, when Fadli and Lakshmi returned home from work, they found their murdered bodies. It was probably the aftermath of a robbery attempt. From that day onwards, Dharma and her mother's spirit have been haunting them. As a result, Fadli, who also has a third eye, locked Dharma in a secret room while Mira managed to escape. In the present, he decides to lock Dharma again, but Alia suggests that they uncover the truth using psychometry. She then enters the secret room and starts touching the stuff there. Upon touching a toy violin, she has a vision in which she sees Mira writing a letter to Fadli about not wanting to keep their affair. Here, it's revealed that Fadli is actually Dharma's biological father, and he was the one who murdered them because he didn't want anyone to find out about his illegitimate affair with his wife's sister. Alia shows the letter to Lakshmi, leaving her speechless. Later, Alia talks to Nadia in private, wondering why Mira killed Abel amidst all of this. In response, Nadia suggests that they communicate with Dharma, who might help her to reveal the truth. Later at night, Fadli is at the garage reading Mira's letter when Dharma shows up. He tries to escape, but the ghost pulls his leg while addressing him as Dad. Alia, Nadia, and Lakshmi hear him screaming, so they immediately run towards him. There, they find him shaking in fear and learn from him that Dharma is still here. All of a sudden, the power goes off, and Fadli is attacked by Dharma amidst the darkness. By the time the power restores, he is already possessed by her ghostly spirit.
Look at me now, Dad.
Dharma then makes him stab himself, claiming that he'll now feel the pain of being murdered. Seeing this, the girls quickly hold Fadli's body and tie him to the car. Subsequently, Alia calls the psychic Windu and explains the ongoing predicament to her. This worries the latter, so she promises to come there and handle the situation herself. After the call, Alia decides to communicate with Dharma using the painting method. She asks Nadia to help her using her art skills. She then blindfolds Nadia before instructing her to use her third eye. Soon after, Nadia gets a vision of Dharma returning to her mother's room and reading the letter she wrote earlier. Upon learning the truth, she goes to talk to her mother, but finds her arguing with Fadli. Mira wants him to reveal the truth to Lakshmi, but the latter doesn't want to ruin his marriage. When Mira threatens him, he kills her mercilessly. Dharma witnesses all of this, but unfortunately Fadli notices her. He then corners her and murders her as well. After this, Fadli messes up their room and buries the jewelry in the garden, making it look like a robbery. In the present, the vision stops and Nadia shows her drawings to Alia and Lakshmi. Not long after, the trio hears Fadli, who has managed to free himself. They rush towards the garage and find the spirit making him stab himself repeatedly. Once again, the girls try to intervene, but amidst the scuffle, Nadia gets stabbed. Lakshmi immediately runs to help her, while the possessed Fadli charges towards Alia. During this, the spirit reveals that it wasn't Mira who killed Abel, but Fodley. It then proceeds to kill Alia, but Windu arrives in the nick of time and calms it down. Windu then prepares for a ritual to forcefully send Dharma to her world. In the interim, the spirit tries to convince Alia about her sister's killer. She soon gets into her head and teleports her to the past in order to show her what actually happened. Upon doing so, Alia learns that before Abel's death, she managed to communicate with Mira. The ghost directed her to the mansion's garden where the jewelry box is buried. After learning about the truth, Abel confronted Fodley, asking him to disclose the truth. However, the latter denied and ordered her to go back home. Knowing that Mira is using Abel to uncover the truth, Fodley sneaked into Abel's room that night and killed her. He quickly fled through the window, and when Alia arrived, she only saw the enraged Mira. Now that Alia knows the truth, Dharma invites her into her world so that they can punish Fodley together. Alia agrees and stays in the spirit world, causing him to pass out in the real one. Windu then informs Lakshmi that Alia and Fodley are trapped in Dharma's world, so they need someone to bring them back. Since there's no time to find professional help, she convinces Lakshmi to awaken her third eye and travel to the spirit world to bring their people back. The ritual begins, and within minutes she opens her third eye. At first, everything seems normal, but when Lakshmi wanders around the house, she's haunted by numerous spirits. Not long after, she comes across Nadia crying in a room. She approaches her, but at the same time, she hears the other kids crying for Nadia to come back. This makes Lakshmi realize that the one she's seeing is Nadia's spirit. Just then, Windu appears and informs her that Nadia's spirit will help her bring back Alia and Fodley. Windu then carries out another ritual and sends Lakshmi and Nadia to the demonic realm. Once the ritual is completed, the two find themselves in a red prison where the evil spirits are being punished. Despite being scared, they walk further until they find Alia, who is watching Dharma torturing Fodley. They try to convince her to return, but Alia, who is now consumed by hatred and revenge, refuses. In an unexpected turn of events, Abel comes down from heaven and explains to Alia that all evil deeds root from revenge. She also forgives Fodley for killing her and convinces Alia to always do good. Meanwhile, as Lakshmi goes to free her husband, Dharma intercepts her. The girl is about to attack her when Mira also appears from heaven. She tries to convince Dharma to abandon all her anger and hatred so that they can be together in heaven. Dharma gets distracted for a while, but when she sees Fodley and the others fleeing, she leaves her mother and chases them. However, the four of them somehow manage to teleport back to the real world. Nadia, who is dead in reality, is brought back to life due to Abel's touch. However, the threat isn't neutralized yet, as Alia is now possessed by Dharma. Seeing this, Fodley escapes to the garage, but she follows him. In Dharma's voice, she tortures him and ultimately beheads him with an electric saw. Windu and Lakshmi come to his rescue, but it's already too late. Dharma proceeds to kill them as well, but Windu chants a prayer, making the spirit leave the body. She also opens the portal to hell, prompting the devils to finally leave once and for all. In the aftermath of all these events, the orphanage home starts to operate in a normal way. One day, Windu visits Alia with bad news. An evil spirit entered their world earlier as she closed the portal too late. In the final scene, Nadia is walking through the hallway when she hears a girl's voice, inviting her to play. She goes to the source of the voice, only to discover an evil spirit staring at her.
Give me your yo-yo.
Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.